南オーストラリア州のロックダウンがありました。それが3日間で終わったことは州政府の英断のおかげですが、長引いていたら大変なことでした。
It lasted only 3 days thanks to the decision of the government, but if it prolonged, that would have a bigger issue. And there was a problem with the quarantine hotel. If one of our team stayed used to its team, we would have more problem. And the possibility was 1/3, but luckily, we didn't have to go through that. And also that after we reached Umura, the highest temperature was 46 degrees for installation. And at night, due to a typhoon or a high storm, some damage was damaged. And for some side, we had to drive more than 3 hours on a very rough road and to install the equipment. And some team had trouble because they haven't received the equipment soon. But every team has finished what they have to do. And we did rehearsal. And we have identified the problem, possible problems, that we think that we have done whatever we can do. And we received a lot of support from many people, and we understand without that support we can't do that. But we are proud that we have finished what we should do. Every member thinks that they are all indispensable members for the success of the recovery. And I believe that Capsule will be brought to the headquarters tomorrow morning. Hello, good night. And this is a live distribution of Hayabusa2 capsule return. And we are from the JAXA Sagamihara campus, the special studio. Today we are going to finish at 3:10, but depending on the situation, we may continue up until 3:30. Now we received a comment from Mr. Fujimoto in Australia, and we will receive another report from Mr. Fujimoto whenever new news has arrived. From now, I would like to introduce today's presenters. Mr. Okawa, who is in charge of outreach. Good evening. My name is Takuya Okawa. I'm in charge of PR at ISIS. So now let me talk a little bit about a story 10 years ago about the Hayabusa2. This is a photo of re-entry of a capsule of Hayabusa2. So I was one of the members of the astronaut. I was in Australia. And this is a photo of a fireball. And I was in the Cooper Valley, and I think some of you have already seen this photo. And you can see this is a track of the Hayabusa main body. And also you can see 2 lines. The thinner line is a capsule track. And the thinner line, the capsule, ends to the end. Even after the main body finished, and finally the capsule was recovered safely. Today, the re-entry of the atmosphere. Today, only a capsule re-enters the atmosphere. And I would like to show you another photo. And this is also for Hayabusa1. And here, the capsule is separated from the Explorer. And the explorer is like chasing the capsule, and it disappeared. And it's... However, the Hayabusa explorer will not enter the atmosphere. So today, only the capsule is coming back, and we can see only the capsule. And it seems that the brightness is different between capsule and the explorer. And the capsule was, the magnitude was -4 10 years ago. But today, I would like to see and monitor the image we can see. Thank you. Next, Mr. Hiroshi Imamura, who is in charge of system and impact. Yeah, my name is Imamura. This is a miniature of the impactor. This is explosives. And this is made of copper. And I was engaged from launch and initial operation. And next presenter is Mr. Isana Kashiwai. I am a science writer and web engineer. I'm writing articles as a writer, and I'm working on website of Hayabusa2. So I am designing something, the banner on the website. And also today's, you can see a countdown script. Actually, this was built by me. And you can see some number. This is a time before until the re-entry. So if it's counting down to 0, then if this is 0, you can see a fireball.
And another one is real-time 3D screen will be shown. That is, I'm making, and already Hayabusa has entered the shadow of the Earth, and actually the sunshine will not hit the Hayabusa anymore. Therefore, I'd like to look forward to seeing the re-entry of the capsule only. And for me, actually, I am a science communicator, Yuko Okayama, and please enjoy this live distribution up to the end of this program. And actually, Mr. Hosoda, supervisor, is in the control room, but now we are joined in the studio. Mr. Hosoda. Well, actually, I'm the supervisor of Hayabusa project, Hosoda, and already I have finished the supervisor, and now I am one of the project member of this Hayabusa2 project. And after that, I will go back to the control room and I will keep working as one of the operation member. Thank you very much. And actually, as for this project, this is not only in Japanese, but the simultaneously interpreted English version is also provided, and also this live subtitles were suggested by Ms. Hasegawa, who is herself hearing impaired and is in charge of the station staff and the Hayabusa2 ground station, and this was made possible by the cooperation of summary writing group, Momiji. And actually, it was quite impressive. The Hayabusa 1 came back to Japan, and we celebrated the return of Hayabusa with cakes and lots of flower bouquet, and also with lots of smiles. This was 10 years before, however, still everybody remembers that. Today will be the special day for many of us, and let's cheer it. Cheer Hayabusa. Have a great voyage. And also, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to the member of Momiji. Anyway, Hayabusa project have been supported so many people. And let's pay attention to the Australia. Ms. Shirai, please. Ms. Shirai-san in Umera. Hello, this is Mr. Shirai. Can you hear my voice? Yes? Please let us know the condition there. Currently, actually, the sky, in the sky, there are lots of stars in the sky, and we are so much relieved to see the sky. And we have been expecting a lot regarding the weather. We have been very much worried, but since I came into the Umera, we have been paying attention to the weather forecast so much. However, yesterday morning, actually it was raining. However, right before that event, everybody is believing that this is now we are having the best weather since we came here, and actually, even the weather did not betray us, did not betray our efforts. And actually, we'd like to show the great shoot of Hayabusa2. And anyway, we are waiting for it. Come on, Hayabusa capsule. Come on. Anyway, we are feeling so. Thank you very much. I have been believing that the desert should have always good weather. However, miraculously, we are having a very good weather. So I'm so much happy to hear that. Then I'm so much expecting. Thank you. Well, you said that there are lots of stars in the star, but there is no light in the town, therefore you can see so many stars. Yes, there are so many stars, and even moon is shining very brightly. Actually, I never knew that the moon can be so bright. Today in Sagamihara, actually, it was cloudy for a long time, but at night, actually, now we can see the stars and even moons. We are seeing the same moon, right? We are sharing the same moon. Yes, that's right. Actually, as advised by Mr. Okawa, the moon can be such bright. Yes, this is Okawa, and actually we can see many stars. Well, it's quite impressed because you have a great weather. And can you see Milky Way visually? Yes. Right before the moon comes out, we could see it very clearly. However, now because the moonlight is too strong, therefore we can't see Milky Way very well. Oh, I see. The moon is too shiny. Right? Is that right? That's why you cannot see the stars very much. Oh, I see. That's right. However, we believe that, the capsule can be seen very clearly. Yes, we will expect that. And lastly, how about the wind? In the daytime, we heard that it's a bit windy. Well, it's not very strong. Oh, I see. Well, it seems the condition to welcome the capsule is kind of perfect. Yes, everything is perfect to welcome the capsule. Okay, let's go back to the studio, and we'd like to have some talk about operation, and also let's review the separation of the capsule. Mr. Imamura, please.
Yes, this is a miniature mark, and this is presented by Nihon Koki. Thank you very much. Now, we would like to review what we did today. And during daytime, we did the capsule separation, and the Hayabusa2 escaped the Earth. To do that, we did the trajectory correction. And the capsule is now under the shadow of that means the Hayabusa2 is the shadow of the Earth when viewed from the sun. So since there is no solar light, so it is moving based on the battery. And in the daytime, Hayabusa2 finished taking pictures. And the capsule already entered. We are going to show you the entry of the capsule and the fireball. And this is a sequence. Hayabusa is heading to the Earth. The change attitude, capsule separates, and it's escaping. It's now grazing the Earth. So we have finished so far. And this is how the capsule is. And this Okayama, the telescope at Okayama, and actually this is a video of the separation of the explorer and the capsule. And this is the image of the telescope. The center is a capsule, and the left side is an explorer. It may be hard to see. So next one is a movie. Yeah, here this is a capsule, and this is the explorer is moving away. The capsule is still at the center. And you can see the Hayabusa is moving away, and the speed is 20 centimeters per second, relatively. And that means we were able to capture this from the ground. And also from the National Astronomical Observatories, they say that they had take pictures and movies. And can you go back to the slide again? And the capsule is like this. The capsule is now flying in this state. It's rotating. It's one rotation per second. And it contains a sample container. And the size is 40 centimeters in diameter and 20 centimeters in height and 16 kilograms. And this is separated. And this is separated to the back heat seat instrument module with parachute. And this is separated into 3 parts, and 3 landed independently. And the sequence of landing is shown in these illustrations. And now this is spinning once in every 3 seconds, and it has already been separated, and Hayabusa2 has already evacuated, and the maneuver finished, and it will now re-enter the atmosphere at about 160 kilometers. And the speed is 11.6 meters per hour, and the density of the air increases, so the friction occurs and aerodynamic heating occurs. So the speed is decreased and to almost the same as the speed of the sound. It's around 340, and the impact wave. And it gets motion gets unstable, and it is continued this posture. And when the speed goes down to 0.1, then heat shield is separated at this point, and it's separated into 3 parts, as I explained before. At the center portion, this is an instrument module, including container, parachute deployed, and it starts descending. And altitude is 10 kilometers. And after parachute deploys, it's affected by wind. So when the parachute deploys, this is beacon antenna. So the beacon transmits a signal. And the ground station receives it, then it can identify the direction. And the helicopter uses this information from this beacon. And in case there is no beacon signal, and there is something on the parachute which reflects the radar beam. The MARI radar emits radar beam, and it reflects, and we can define the distance. And when the instrument modules landed, and still beacon transmits signal, not continuously but intermittently. And the parachute will be detached after it's landed to avoid the capsule is moving. And this is the time and the altitude of the sequence. And at 2:28, and it will be very soon. So we can see a fireball phase. So the altitude down from 120 to 10 kilometers. It takes only 3 to 5 minutes. And at 10 kilometers, parachute deploys, it takes another 15 to 25 minutes. And it is going to land Woomera area in the southern Australia. And we use various methods to identify the location. And this is the expected landing area. So TCM3, after TCM3, the area is 150 kilometers to 100 kilometers. This is ellipse expected area. You can see surrounded by blue line. So the capsule is expected to land here.
Let's go to the control room in Sagamihara. Okay, this is Hosoda, and let me report the status of the control room as for the Hayabusa2. Currently, actually, at 1:56, it's entered the shadow part of the Earth, and from that, for the time being, we cannot see the explorer, and now, the atmosphere in this control room is a bit, nervous. Thank you very much. Now, actually, there is nothing that we can do for the Hayabusa2, so everybody is paying attention to the fireball. Even in the control room, everybody is kind of ready to see the fireball. Yes, that's right. Mr. Hosoda, thank you very much. Well, it seems the capsule will re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, and from Australia, Cuba, Perry, we will have the live distribution. Now we can see here, for the time being, until the fireball comes, we would like to have some report in Australia. Well, actually now we are seeing the night sky, and we can see some stars. if I'm checking, even the screen of the smartphone, and maybe you can see, the 3 stars. When you see, the brightness of the star is a bit different. Actually, this is a wide-range camera, and this is probably the first-level star, and this camera is showing the first-grade star. It means that if the fireball's level exceed this level, it should be easy to identify it. But how about the brightness of the fireball? Well, actually, it will change gradually. That's really depending on the temperature of the fireball, and also depending on the distance, it should be different. And according to the calculation, from the observation point in Cuba, from -7 to -9 magnitude, therefore it should be brighter than these 3 stars. Incidentally, these stars on the sky are, from this angle, probably the brightest one should be Sirius. The feature one can be seen even from Japan, yes. When actually it should be the brightest star, even from Sagamihara. This is a fixed star, and this is -1.5 magnitude. Therefore, fireball should be much brighter. According to Mr. Shirai, moon is very bright. Therefore, bright moon and another very bright fireball can be seen in the sky. Well, actually, we are not catching the images of the moon. Therefore, it's out of the range of the camera. Actually, today's moon's brightness is 20.5 magnitude, and now actually this moon is not this area. Actually, this. We are seeing the anyway Sirius and Orion, and also Eridanus, which is not really easy to see from Japan. Now, countdown was set to 0. Okay, let's pay attention to it. If it comes from which side? If we see from Kupaperi, it should come from northwest. Okay, it's coming from right side, and it's getting brighter and brighter, and the speed is very, very big, and it is coming through near the zenith. Okay, it has gone. No more lights in the sky. Anyway, re-entry was made, and it was confirmed by everybody. Well, 6 years, and finally, it has come back to the Earth, and all the people in the world were waiting for it, waiting for this moment. It was rather slower than we expected, and therefore, anyway, we could say it's quite slowly. Well, the speed of the re-entry of the atmosphere was quite fast, but actually, if it is, regarded as a natural shooting star, comparing to such star, a bit slower. Therefore, it was a rather slower shooting star. Yeah, I should have wished something. Yeah, can we have a replay? Actually, it was over fish lens, and the range was 180 degrees. Therefore, most of the angle was caught, and coming from northwest, and it came in from the right side, and in the control room there was a cloud and cloud, and so big laugh.
This is from control room at South Sagamihara, and there was a big applause.
カメラをオンして、探査機の方から連射していると。その結果はまだ。
And actually, the camera is on, and Hayabusa is taking pictures. And I understand that everyone is pleased. And also, I hope that Hayabusa took pictures of fireballs.
非常に風上が完成です。非常に皆さん喜んでいたんですけど。
And I understand everyone was pleased. And the Capsule team members go back to the desk and watching it. Yeah, but from now, it's time for Capsule. So whether the Capsule is separating or not. What's this applause? What's this?
確認しています。少々お待ちください。
Wait, please. I'm not checking what it is. Maybe shields separated. I think it's the time of deployment of parachute. Is there any report? Maybe some report? Yeah, someone raised his fist. Hosoda-san? It seems he is now checking.
相模原管制よりスタジオ。
Yeah, this is a control room at 相模原。
みんなの喜ぶ理由ですけれども。
The reason why they are so pleased was, yeah, they received the report of the beacon. Yes, so beacon received the transmission. They said that they received in Australia. That means the beacon is received. It is, but still, that we are not able to identify the place. But it means separation, and parachute deploys, and it sends transmission signals. And that means these beacon signals are received. Actually, the beacons are received at several places, and we can identify the direction. So maybe the recovery team is very busy. It seems perfect so far.
今回放端そのビーコンを捉える位置としては砂漠の中に5地点に
This time there are 5 sites which receive the beacon signals. That's so that they can receive the wave from different directions, and that helps identify the location of capsule. So this is the best of a triangle measurement. Can you show me the slide? Yeah, this is direction finding. Yeah, this is antenna for direction finding. This is after antenna is installed. We have installed 5 antennas at 5 locations. Each of the antenna receives the signal, and if each of the antenna understands the direction, so we can see the crossing point. This is where the capsule should be. But it's now still flying, not landed, so it is moved by wind
ている状態ですので、
and still continue
この
moving.
交点がいろいろ動いてい
So
る
it seems that the crossing point is also moving. The antenna can rotate in the horizontal direction, yes.
強度の強い方向にこちらから電波が来ているというのが分かります。
And the antenna faces the wave.
現地で、それぞれの場所で、私のところからは南東の方向。
So each antenna identifies this is the direction of the water agrees.
電話のマークが
Yeah, so this is you can see a telephone. That means they call each other,
センターにいる人が
and person at control center make calculation
はい。
to identify the place. And this is the ellipse. What is the size of and the shape of the ellipse? This depends on the wind.
はい、
Yes, it's affected by wind.
今はこの楕円よりも、
And rather than this ellipse, I think this is rather circle, not ellipse, but 150 by 100. But after that, what will the recovery team do?
ビーコンが出てるっていうのがこれが一番メインで考えていたやつなので、
Actually, the
まあ
main
とかまあ光学とか
target is a beacon signal. In addition, other some backup like marine. But we use this beacon signal.
で現地まで行って
So we will fly helicopter to the site to confirm.
GPS の座標
And also we use the GPS coordinates.
覚えておいて
They remember the coordinate based on GPS. And after sun rises, they move and goes to collect the capsule. So that means we have backup, but we do not have to use backup method. It's likely.
スタンバイしてる人たちも皆さん
But I think still the backup members still continue measurement. So shall we replay? See the replay movie?
はい、画面の右側
Now
が
from the right side is northwest. So from the low place, the light is moving. This is a capsule. So after, yes, this is reentry phase and the
あれ
fireball.
ですかね、速さが
And
定
the
期的に
speed changed.
地点に近づいた分
That means this is because closer to the observatory area, the speed changed.
少しこう尾を引いてるような
Actually, it's something like a kind of tail.
けれども
Don't you think so?
アフターグローなどこう
Anyway, this is called afterglow.
流れ星
And
を
this, in case of, the natural shooting star, there is such kind of tail remains.
現象が見えている
Such kind of phenomenon was observed. In Australia, how many people were actually watching it? Oh, now we can see, afterglow can be seen very well. In several seconds, it will return to the dark one, but anyway.
これは肉眼で見ていたら
If visually we see it, the brightness will not change very much. Yes, of course, the brightness around the capsule is very bright, and comparing to that, the tail part should be much lower. However, even with people's eyes, it could be seen, and actually.
そうですので
Comparing to the first magnitude star, if you can see lots of stars in the sky, even the afterglow of the tail could be seen with your eyes. This time, in the Kuba Bedi, actually, this is, the north side as observation station for this fireball. And actually, there are so many images in various places, and usually maybe you remember that the fireball flew from left to right, and that means that the observation site was different. And actually, as for this time, the fireball came from the north side. That's why we could see the fireball moving from right to the left.
ここがクーパーベリーで
Here is a Cooper belly,
でここがまあ
and here is, we can see the fireball. That's why we saw from the north side. Yes, that's right. And this time,
長い経路を捉えられる
long way was observed, and the position for the observation site was so good. And probably the angle to the sky was nearly 70 degrees, and also opposite sky was even confirmed very well. Now we can see. Now we are seeing the different image.
リプレイ出ますでしょうか。
Can we see a replay?
はい、この画面の右側から
From the right side, this is the northwest, and it is coming to the first magnitude ones, and it should be the Orion stars, and nearby, it's passed, and probably the another star should be Akeruna, and it's disappeared to the left.
ということですね。はい、これ空をこう横に飛んでいるように見えますけれども、
Actually,
実際には
it seems that it is flying horizontally in the sky, but actually it is re-entering to the Earth's atmosphere with an angle of 12 degrees. And the right side is much higher altitude, and as it goes to left, altitude is going down. Around here, this is the zenith, and when it comes to the center, actually the angle is the highest from our observation site. After the lightness, parachute was deployed. Well, probably a little while later, after the brightness, disappeared. There is some more time lag until the parachute is deployed. And because the parachute will deploy about at altitude about 10 kilometers, therefore. And actually, when we were recording by the camera, the altitude should be a little higher. Okay.
今一瞬アップの映像が出たんですが、
And momentarily, we could see, the very much magnified image. Okay. There are many ways, and so many cameras were deployed. Therefore, if they are ready, they get ready to send it, I'm sure we can show it to the audience. And the magnified images, actually, that camera could be following the moving fireball. Therefore, as soon as we get that image, we'd like to introduce it to you. When you said that, that after re-entry, suddenly the speed will slow down, and it's kind of difficult to see. Yes, actually, we can see the fireball from far away, and from 60 kilometers. From the observation site, such kind of, the distance is seen as a difference of the brightness.
Yeah, here it is, colored.
見事にたくさんの星が映っています。
And we can see a lot of stars.
いよいよ発光が
And
終わる
the
ところ
light
まで
emission finish.
はい、画面から見えなくなりました。
And it's gone from the
これはよ
screen.
り画角の狭い
And
望
this
遠
is used
に近い
telescope
レンズで捉えていると思われます。
with a narrow
その
angle.
背景の星も空全体広い範囲を
And
捉えたカメラよりも
background
たくさんの星が
means that there are more stars as a background.
このカプセルについてこれまで
Regarding this capsule,
公式ホームページですとか
and when we see the
いっぱいの方
website,
からの応援メッセージが届いている
and
んです
also we
が、そうい
received
った方
a
は
lot of
このカプ
cheer
セル
up
に関して
messages.
玉手箱
So some people say that this capsule is a treasury box, a souvenir, a treasure of Japan, or asset of the
12
world.
月なのでクリスマスプレゼント
And also some people say that this is called as a Christmas present since this is December.
思い思いの表現から
So from these expressions,
心待ちにしているという
we learned that many people are looking forward to return of this capsule.
しっかりとその期待に応えて
But
着地してくれてればいいなと
I hope that the capsule landed
相模原管制から
will land.
お願いします。
先ほどのよりの
Yeah, this is from Sagamihara control room, and there was another yell looking at the
本当に
image.
カラーで綺麗に
There was a very beautiful image
最近のカメラね
motion with camera. Yeah, because recently,
素晴らしい画質
even with this high sensitivity, the quality is also good.
あと火球そのものをねこう追尾
And this is like chasing the
おそらくね
fireball.
こう火球を画面の中に捉えながらこう
So
カメラを
that
動か
means
して
the cameraman moves the camera.
ということになるかと思います。ね、光の点の中に確かにカプセルがあって
And there was a capsule in the middle of a light point.
ね、確認の時が近づいて、
And
まあ
I
リュウから
think
帰ってきたと思うと
If I think that this has returned from Yugu, I have some special feeling.
はい、先ほどのアップの
And the zoom up,
映像というのはリピートが
can you repeat or
可能でしょうか
reprise the movie of zoomed up fireball?
はい、
Yes.
はい、もう一度
Yes,
今
replay.
大志座の方向
Yeah,
ですね。
this is the direction of the great dog near
北西の空にある
Aldebaran.
時の様子です。
The first degree, this is the northwest, near the League of the Orion. This
はい、この辺りで、
and here,
空高くを通過
this
して
is very high and near the zenith.
今この明るい星2つが
And
画面に
this is between two bright
ケンタウ
stars.
ルス座のアルファ星と
This is
ベ
the
ータ星
alpha and
と
beta of the
思われます
Centaurus.
両方とも一等星
The both are the
ですね。
star of the
ケンタウ
first
ルス座のアルファ星
first
というの
degree of
は
magnitude.
目で見える
Altaurus is actually
我々の太陽系に近い
the closest star to the solar system among the bright stars. I said it's close, but it takes 4.3 light year. Why you, Mr. Okawa, you know the constellation just from this image? Yeah, because this is my hobby to watch stars. Yeah, this is a control room at Sagamihara. So people are gathering around the product manager. They are watching, they are seeing Google Earth and discussing where the capsule would land. But beautiful, beautiful movie.
私の PC の、画像を小さい枠でいいんで。
Can you show my PC?
あ、映ってますね。
Yes, it's.
はい、ありがとうございました。
Thank you. Yeah, I can see it through my PC. Mr. Hosoda, can you hear me?
相模原管制細田です。
Yes, this is Hosoda, the control room. So, yeah, they were watching Google Earth. This is a map. So just by watching a map, they can expect that they should be there. So everyone says different things. Yeah, very good atmosphere. They are relaxed. And there is another image or movie. And this is from control room. There is a big news. From the international station, the station captured the Hayabusa2. Can you show the movie? The ISS is where the Mr. Noguchi has gone and where he is staying. Wow, they made a trial. Oh, great. Can you switch to the slide?
It means that from ISS, the fireball could be seen. Okay, the replay, the image. This should be probably Hayabusa2 itself. Therefore, from ISS, actually, it should be much higher than the ISS. So maybe ISS, took this image, the facings above.
はい、日銀前なんで、はやぶさ2の可能性があります。
Yeah, therefore, there is a possibility that this could be the Hayabusa2. Well, however, actually, I'm so happy because, from the ground and also from the space, the same Hayabusa2 is being shooted. This is Hayabusa2 or Capsule. Sorry, I was too happy. Anyway, in the space, the Hayabusa2 or Capsule light is taken, right? That's right. Before this program started, actually, even when still, the Hayabusa2 or Capsule is receiving the sunshine, this images was taken, and at that time, probably the altitude of the Hayabusa2 was much higher in altitude than ISS. And after that, it lost altitude and it fell down. It dropped much lower in altitude. Therefore, before this program started, this image was taken from ISS. In the support message, Hayabusa2 is working so hard, but there is no more Hayabusa2's photo, so it's kind of unfortunate. Therefore, Mr. Noguchi took it. Of course, we are not really sure if Mr. Noguchi took this one or not, but because other astronauts could have been taken it. However, anyway, according to the plan, already it's a time that the capsule should have landed. And if there is a big news from the Australia, anytime we will let you know. And okay, here I'd like to introduce the preparation done by the capsule collection team. Okay, go back to the slide, and for instance, actually here we are looking for the capsule using beacon, and other than that, we have optical observation, and anyway, we are trying to use these kind of measures even for the fireball. And if there is no signal of a beacon, we have another one, the marine radar system. This kind of system was also equipped, and even if this doesn't work, we have a drone, and if we know that in the area of 100 and by 150 kilometers area, we will deploy drone to let them take a photo, and we will calculate by AI, and we will detect the location of the area that capsule landed. And after the capsule was found, and parachute must be detached so that it will not flown by the wind, and also there are lots of the pyrotechnique. Therefore, anyway, it must be cut by the Nika, and also it must be packed and transported, and anyway, it has to go to the quick facility, and also contain the gas inside of the capsule, and after that, it will be sent to Japan by airplane. And in Sagamihara, we'd like to start the initial analysis. That is a kind of procedures. And are there any movements in Australia? First, hello, this is Fujimoto in Australia. I'm Fujimoto of Umera. The sound is not very clear, but still we can hear you. Please speak slowly. Actually, we traced the trajectory of the capsule by DNS, and now we will start the calculation of the landed place. Thank you very much. DSS is a detection finding system, and actually, this is the kind of a system using the beacon signal, and the signal was received. It means that probably the landed position will be calculated, and when the beacon signal was received, there are several lines, and the close point shows that instrumental module should be located there. Therefore, that's why they will go there. And actually, there is a kind of front heat seat and rear heat seat that is not emitting the beacon. Therefore, there is another way, not really depending on the beacon signal. But anyway, the instrument module has the Ryugu's sample. Therefore, anyway, such kind of measures is necessary too.
So we have explained the correction activity at Umera, and I heard there's movies showing the preparatory work at Umera. I want to show you.
状況ですね。大川さん、昔のことを思い出します。
And this is Mr. Okawa. I think you remember when you were there. Yes, I remember the desert. Also, this is the desert. We have some low trees and some grass, and it's sometimes rain and plants. And you can see the earth, and there are many animals, some animals. Oh, what? Sheep or something? This is DFS.
あれが回転することで、
And this is rotating.
一番強く来る方向を
And so that it can identify the direction where they can receive the strongest signal.
こちらはドローンでしょうか。
This is drone.
これはあれですね、DFS などで捉えられるバックアップ。
Yeah, this is backup just in case when DFS cannot identify it. And also this is used for searching for the front and back side heat shield.
ドローンといっても我々の
Yeah, we call this drone, but this is not. This is different from the drone we are familiar with. This drone is like an airplane shape. And when we make programming, they can fly so that they can capture the images without any omission. They continue capturing from the sky, and the AI analyzes and try to extract the capsule.
それでは一
Capsule
旦
location.
管制室の方
Now
細田さんに聞いてみましょうか。
we will move on
Hosoda-san,
to
聞こえますか？
Mr. Hosoda. Mr. Hosoda, can you hear me?
はい、
Yeah,
現
to
在
studio.
プロマネに来ていただきました。
Yeah,
映ってますでしょうか？
we have Mr.
はい、津田さ
Tsuda
ん、
with me.
インタビューをしたいと思います。
So I would like to make an
はい
interview
気持ちの
to Mr. Tsuda. Mr. Tsuda, what do you,
はい、
how do you feel? Yeah, I'm really pleased.
電波来てないんで、
At
リラックスした状態で
the control room, we do not receive any wave,
様子を
so we are now relieved and just listening to the
という
report.
ことで、これはもう着地をした
That
と
means
いうことを意味しています
waves are
でこれから
caught, received. That means the capsule have already landed, and I hope the helicopter will fly soon. Yeah, this is a beautiful story. We are also moved
はい、頑張ります。
and
続きまして
inspired.
カプセル担当の吉原さん
So we continue working. The next one is Mr. Yoshihara, Mr. Yoshihara, the capsule collection team.
カプセル担当の吉原さんに
So Mr. Yoshihara, the capsule collection team.
このところパーフェクト
The perfect operation. Congratulations so far.
カプセルは
Thank you.
6年前に探査機が旅立ってから、
The
再現性
capsule
をつけるっていうことで、本当に
is
この日が待ち遠しかったですね。
It's operation of the last day. So we have been looking forward to
我
today.
々が最後にバトンを受け取
We
って
are
飛んじゃうとまずいとい
happy
うことで、
because every other member did a very good job, but we were under pressure because we also have to do that. But finally, capsule worked at the end. But still, we have not found sample yet, so we need to continue monitoring. Thank you.
では一旦スタジオに戻します。
So we return the control to the studio again.
はい、ありがとうございます。それでは、
Thank you.
ここで、拡張ミッションの説
And
明を
now I
さ
would
せてい
like
た
to
だこうと思い
explain
ます。
about the extended
では
mission.
スライドをお願いします。拡張ミッション
Can you show us the slide about the extended missions?
すでに、TCM5 で
So we have
地球圏離
completed
脱
the
に
TCM5.
成功している
So that
こ
was
の
we were
こ
successful
れ細田さんの
in
例えに
leaving the Earth
では
sphere.
ですね、
So according to
地球
Mr.
というお
Hosoda,
家に帰ってき
it's
た小
like
学生
the
の親御さんが
kid
カプセルという
of
ランドセ
elementary
ルを
school just go
お家の玄関に掘り
home,
出してすぐ
just
他の
throwing
小学
away
生
the
に遊びに
landser
行く
bag
という
and
ような
going
状況なん
to
ですがどの小学生
going
に
for
遊びに行く
another
のか
asteroid.
と次
So
の
what
行き先は
asteroid is it going to? The next destination is 1998 KY26. It was not named yet, and it will arrive 11 years later. The size is very small, 30 meter. and it's spinning. It takes only 10 minutes for one rotation, and radius 1.23, and the orbit period 1.37 years. And we have started the extended mission, and we will experience swing by and fly by from another asteroid. And the rendezvous of the target is 2031, so 11 years later from now. So I said this is small. The Ryugu is big as this, 900 meters compared to this. This is only 30 meters, like this. So when we compare it with Hayabusa2, it's like 6 meters, so compared to 30 meters. So this is a comparison with Hayabusa2. You can see this is very compact and it's spinning at a very high speed. And this is a relation between the diameter and the spinning period. The smaller the diameter is, the spinning period is also small, and this is a long scale. And the diameter is less than 200. And the rotation period is 2 hours in this area. Actually, we have not explored. Then this is one of the unexplored asteroids.
And as for the significance of the extension mission, actually, we have to increase, or you have to make the progress of the the long voyage technology, and also this is very high speed spinning asteroid, small asteroid. It means that centrifugal power or force is very strong, and actually target marker can't stay on the surface of such kind of asteroid. And for instance, this is aggravated or just the one rock. We are not really sure and how to handle this kind of small asteroid, and also it has to be a great contribution for the planetary defense. This is the significance of the extended mission. Planetary defense, actually, this means that if this kind of asteroid or meteorite crash to the Earth, it's quite dangerous. That's why we have to prepare for that. Yes, that's right. Same as Ryugu and this one, KY-26, it is moving very close to the Earth, and if the timing is unfortunate, it may crash to the Earth. And actually, as for the smaller asteroids, there are so many celestial bodies in large numbers. Therefore, we have to know very well that is a great contribution for the planetary defense. And if we name this asteroid, maybe the person who found this asteroid has a right to name it. And actually, there is a kind of a group who like to find the stars, and maybe it was found in 1998, and therefore, as for the name, maybe we should discuss with that space watch who found this star. Well, actually, there are some reasons. That's why we cannot name it. So maybe some days later, maybe we can know. It seems if there is some more time, I'd like to talk about our campaign. Please go back to the slide.
名前を載せたことを忘れていませんか。
Don't you remember that you wrote your name? Actually, here is a kind of mirroring campaign too. Why don't we see the little prince of the star? Actually, I was forgetting to write my name, but maybe probably the people who took part in this campaign should remember your name. Your name and the message were actually written on the memory of the target marker 7. And if you go to this page and if you enter your name, and you can know that your name is written here. And what is this shape then? Actually, this is the shape of the target marker. If two ones are kind of overlapped, actually this kind of outer seat, your names are written, and also Capsule is equipped with memory, and in that memory, it has the same names, and that memory has come back to the Earth. And if you remember that you applied for it, please access to this site. Amongst the support message, actually some message said that it really has come back. There are so many such kind of messages. Yeah, it has really come back. Regarding the target marker, absolutely, the target marker landed on Ryugu, and some of them are staying on Ryugu, but the messages are in the capsule, and that came back with the capsule and came back to the Earth. That's right? Yes, that's right. It has come back. But however, there is one remaining, as you say. Yes, that's right. That's for the target marker. Two were left on the surface of the Ryugu, and two are, on the orbit of, the rotating around Ryugu, and another one is still attached on the Hayabusa. Therefore, anyway, the remaining one will travel with Hayabusa2 for 11 years, and it will go to the KY26. Anyway, what to do is, the later we'd like to discuss. Anyway, with curving our name one by one, the people who enter this project should be kind of feeling one of the family members of Hayabusa. And also, there are so many support messages that, the Hayabusa is something like, the family member of those people. Maybe we started this campaign about 6 or 7 years before, and in those I remember how I was feeling in those days. Regarding this kind of campaign, do you do this campaign? Yeah, not that just, but actually even at NASA, we do this kind of campaign. Therefore, anyway, wherever we go in the solar system, actually we should do it. And actually, this is not just somebody else's issue, but it's my own issues.
And this is from the control room. The Explorer will soon be ready for the next operation. That means it will go through the shade, and they will go back to the normal operation. So after the launch, 1 year after the launch, the Explorer did the swing by of the Earth. And while it is during the cruise, and as a period, basically using the solar battery.
衝突装置の運用の時の大変運用の際もずっと
And
遊具の裏には
even during the evacuation at the impact,
いました。そういう意味で
it's hidden the Yugu, but it was in the area that can receive the solar rays. But after 4 years, the Explorer was in the shade.
それなりに緊張
That requires some tense. But now it has left the shade area. Regarding Hayabusa2, it is from now is going far away from this is control room. Hayabusa2 has left the shade area. As soon it is going to start a new journey. Yes, that is a big yell. Yeah, everyone was tense. Yeah, everyone was pleased with Fireball and excited, but at the same time, it seems that they were worried about the Explorer. We confirm that the Explorer is going well. And we received a lot of messages to the project members. It says I'm grateful for those, and I would like to cheer up, and I would like to express gratitude to the members. I respect the efforts of the project members, and thanks to a lot of information during this your despite schedule, I think I felt that as if I were one of the members of the project. And Ion Engine, congratulations of the round trip with the Ion Engine. But the Ion Engine will continue working. Actually, how many applauses they made at the control area only today? Well, I can see that they're really pleased. Because they are smiling, and also their voice has a very high tense. And the last thing is we find the capsule and confirm that the parachute worked, and if we can collect good sample, that's really perfect. A report from Australia. We are looking forward to report from Australia. So while we are waiting, I would like to show you the video of separation.
Hayabusa2 は11年をかける新しい旅に出発します。
Hayabusa2 will now go on to a new journey. The target is
たった30メートルしかありません。
This is only 30 meters, and this is the first attempt in the world to rendezvous with such a small asteroid. So first, we will use the ion engine to accelerate and go around 6.5. And during this period, we will do a new operation status and new issues. And since this is a long period operation, I think we'll be able to establish the energy-saving operation method. And utilizing this cruise period, Hayabusa2 will do a scientific observation. One of them is the observation while changing the distance of the zodiacal light, so we can identify the distribution of dust. And also we will observe the transit phenomenon. And the first highlight is a high-speed flyby to asteroid 2001 CC21. A flyby is one chance, and we cannot use a telescope camera, but we would like to use our experience and do the capture. It's really excited. Next, we will do 2 Earth swing by. And second, we hope that we can see Hayabusa2 once again from the Earth. And 2031, we will arrive the target body. Since the asteroid is small, we need a more higher precision for the guidance. So what a new asteroid will look like, I'm really looking forward to that. So it's a very high-speed spinning body. Why this is so fast, but this would not get the...
Anyway, we'd like to see it. The large meteorites falling to the Earth is this kind of, the asteroid. Therefore, for the planetary defense, observing or researching about this kind of meteorite is very important for the planetary defense. And still, Hayabusa2 has a target marker, and therefore, it should be quite difficult. But anyway, would you like Hayabusa2 to challenge the touchdown? Now we are very much excited with a new voyage, and this is a new challenge, new travel, and we will fire the last bullet. Hayabusa2 is immortal. Let's go once again. Let's go to the next generation voyage, and let's challenge the unknown asteroid. Well, actually, that we could see the extended missions video. And about this one, let me introduce some messages of the support. I'm always sharing this project, and I love Hayabusa2. When seeing you who are working alone in the, far away in the space, actually, I'm so happy, and thanks to you, I could overcome the entrance exam, and under the very dark atmosphere of the pandemic, corona pandemic, thank you for very, very happy. And happy and hopeful information. And at Sagamihara control room, actually now we get the latest information from Australia. Okay, at 7:07, the capsule's landing point was detected, and actually, the local team will start the activity or work to collect the capsule. Thank you very much. Everything is really smooth and so surprising, and we are going to have the finale very soon. So far, we had this program for 1 hour and 30 minutes. How did you enjoy today's live distribution of the Hayabusa2's capsule collection? And I would like to have some words one by one. Well, I'm Okayama, and the landing point was detected, and actually we can expect a lot for the collection of the capsule, and I'm so happy. I was so happy because we could see this fireball together with you. And actually, maybe I made a mistake in the naming of the star. I said that it should be near the Canops, and actually, this could be seen even from Japan. And this is a replay. Okay, now the fireball is chased, by the zoomed camera, right?
はい。ね、こう夜空を
Actually, it is horizontally flying Hayabusa to the capsule. This is the fireball of the capsule.
何度見てもいいですね。
I'm so happy to see it anytime.
はい、無事回収されることを
I really hope that, I really hope that it will be corrected very safely and surely. Well, actually, I cannot stop seeing it, and this is so beautiful, long tail, and with you. Actually, up to this moment of the detecting the landing point, I could see it, and I was so happy. And after that, anyway, the helicopter will go to get it. Anyway, the actual collection will be done tomorrow morning in Australia. And maybe tomorrow morning when you wake up, I'm sure you can hear the very good news. And let's look forward to it. That's all from me. Everybody, thank you very much for seeing this program until late. And actually, this is a very historic moment, and we could see it's real time. We could share this time. It was so fantastic. And Mr. Tsuda said that, the voyage of the Hayabusa2 will continue even from now. Therefore, we'd like to share with you again. Thank you very much for everything. And Mr. Hosoda in the control room, can you hear me? Yes, I'm Hosoda. Could you say the last word? Okay, thank you very much. Until the late. And actually, watching this Explorer, all of us, is a fantastic moment and so happy work. And the director, Mr. Inada, said that. Actually, he showed a great smile, and because he had various hardships in the case of the first generation Hayabusa, and of course not just Hayabusa2, but the JAXA will continue to have lots of projects. Therefore, anyway, based on this success, anyway, would you like to evolve ourselves? Thank you very much, and actually, Mr. Hosoda, I'd like to introduce you, the comment anywhere, and somebody, somebody would say that I was influenced by that we saw that time, that one I saw. That is the word of Mr. Hosoda. Actually, among the support messages, thanks to this project, some young people entered, the aerospace department in the university. Therefore, all the people who were involved in this project or have studied project, everybody was so much impressed, and also all the people, in Japan and in the world, thank you very much for that, especially in Japan and in Australia. Actually, this is in the middle of the night or even, the early morning. And this time, to be wake up, it's quite severe. However, anyway, we'd like to announce the end of today's, the distribution. Thank you very much for everybody. Good night.